You don't notice it all at once. It happens slowly, quietly, almost gently. One morning, you stand up from your bed, and your legs feel a little heavier than usual. Another day, you climb a few steps and feel that strange wobble, that tiny moment where your knee feels unsure, almost like it's asking, "Can I really hold you today?" You tell yourself, "It's just age, this is normal now." But deep down, a small voice inside you whispers, "It wasn't always like this." And you're right, because the surprising truth is this: your legs aren't getting weaker simply because you're getting older. Something far simpler and far more controllable is draining your strength every single day. Is this really happening to me? You wonder. You think of the times you used to get up without effort, the times you walked faster, the times stairs didn't feel like mountains. Your doctor once told you, muscle loss is just part of aging. But you remember the way they said it, almost like it was a rule you had to accept. Still, a thought lingers in your mind, does it have to be this way? And here's where your story begins to shift, because that belief, weak legs are inevitable, is only half true. The real reason your strength has been slipping is something you can change starting today. Let me explain it simply. Imagine your muscles are like a savings account. Every time you eat good, quality protein, you're making a deposit. Every time you walk, bend, stand, or simply live another day, you make a withdrawal. And as you get older, those withdrawals get a little bigger. But here's the catch. Most people your age are barely making any deposits at all. You sit at the edge of your bed thinking about your typical breakfast. A cup of tea, a slice of bread, maybe a biscuit. Comforting, familiar, but not giving your muscles a single thing they need. And without the right deposits, your account starts dipping into the negative. Inside your legs, something silent happens. Tiny muscle fibers, the ones that used to fire strongly, begin to shrink. The enzymes that repair your tissues slow down. The little tears in your muscles from daily movement take longer to heal. That's why your legs feel shaky when you stand. That's why your knees feel unreliable. That's why climbing stairs feels like lifting weights. And that's why you sometimes sit down with a quiet sigh thinking, why does this feel harder now? One afternoon, maybe after a long day or a short walk that felt too long, you hear a concerned voice, maybe a daughter, a son, or a friend. They ask, "Are you okay? You look tired." You force a smile. "I'm fine, just getting old." But inside it hurts to admit that, because you don't want to feel fragile. You don't want to depend on people. And you don't want to lose the freedom your legs once gave you. Here's the hopeful part. The part most people never hear: your body isn't giving up. Your muscles aren't gone. They're simply starved for the one thing older adults struggle the most to absorb: high-quality protein, especially essential amino acids, the exact building blocks your legs need. You frown a little thinking, protein? Really, something that simple? Yes, and Barbara O'Neill has been teaching this for years. Simple foods, eggs, beans, lentils, can work like pure fuel for your legs, especially eggs. Let's not go there yet, but remember this moment. Because when you eat protein, your body sends amino acids straight to your muscles. They act like tiny construction workers, repairing damaged fibers, tightening loose tissues, and bringing back strength you thought was lost. You might think, can food really do that? Let me tell you what research shows: adults over 60 need 30–40% more protein just to maintain the muscle they already have. Not to grow it, just to keep it. That means your body has been working overtime with almost no support. Imagine telling someone to rebuild a house, but giving them no tools. That's what your muscles have been dealing with. But you can change that starting tomorrow morning. Picture yourself waking up, walking to your kitchen, and instead of the usual tea and bread, you choose something different. 2 boiled eggs, or a bowl of Greek yogurt. Maybe even a small protein-rich meal you haven't had in years. That single change, within the first 90 minutes of your day, can start restoring strength. Let me be clear about one thing. This isn't about eating more. This is about feeding your muscles what they've been begging for. And yes, there are mistakes to avoid, like eating protein only once a day, or starting your morning with nothing but carbs and tea. A habit so many people fall into without realizing it starves their muscles further. You take a deep breath, thinking, if something this small can make a difference, why haven't I been doing it? You're not alone. No one told you. No one explained how your body changes with age. No one taught you how to protect your strength. But now you know the truth. And here's where things get even more interesting. Because if protein is the deposit, there is one specific food, simple, affordable, and recommended by Barbara O'Neill, that works like muscle fertilizer. A food that activates rebuilding faster than almost anything else. And that's exactly what we're about to talk about next. You might not realize it yet, but this is the moment your story starts to shift. Because now you're about to learn something that gives you back a sense of control. Something you can open in your kitchen right now, without prescriptions, powders, or expensive shakes. Here's where things get interesting. One simple food can nourish, repair, and strengthen your legs faster than you think. You lean back in your chair, almost skeptical. How can one food make that much difference? You whisper to yourself. You've tried supplements before. You've tried those fancy protein drinks they advertise on TV. You've even bought vitamins that now sit untouched in the back of a cabinet. And every time, you thought the same thing. Maybe my body is too old to respond. But that thought is about to change. Because most people don't realize this. You don't need expensive pills to rebuild muscle. You don't need powders or lab-made formulas. You don't even need anything unfamiliar or complicated. Your kitchen already holds a powerful superfood. One Barbara O'Neill calls one of the most complete foods nature ever designed. You open your refrigerator and there it is. A carton you've seen 1,000 times. You've cooked it, fried it, boiled it, scrambled it. But you never knew what it could do for your legs. Before we say it, let me show you why it works. Imagine you're trying to build a house. But instead of bricks, someone hands you soft, crumbling mud. You try anyway, stacking weak material, hoping it will hold. That's what your body does when it doesn't get the right amino acids. It tries to rebuild your muscles using scraps, leftovers, pieces that were never meant to carry weight. But this one food, this everyday food, gives your body complete bricks, strong and ready for rebuilding. And that food is the humble egg. You smile a little. Really, is it that simple? Yes, and not just the egg, the yolk especially. Barbara O'Neill talks about this often. She says eggs are nature's perfect package: vitamin D, B1 and 12, choline, healthy fats, and the highest quality proteins your body can easily use. You picture an egg cracking into a bowl, bright yolk, thick white. What you don't see is what happens next inside your body. When you eat an egg, your stomach starts breaking it down into amino acids, tiny building blocks. Those amino acids slip into your bloodstream like workers clocking in for duty. Your body immediately sends them to your muscles, especially the ones crying out for help in your legs. And then, quietly, a process begins called muscle protein synthesis, the rebuilding of your muscle fibers. It's like your legs exhale and say, finally real support. Maybe you've felt your legs trembling after walking a little too far. Maybe you've stood up from a chair and felt that uncomfortable shake. Maybe you felt that deep, tired heaviness in your thighs. Eggs help change that. Here's why this matters so much. Eggs offer all 9 essential amino acids, the exact set your muscles need to grow and repair. Your nerves love them too. B12 helps improve nerve-muscle communication, so your movements feel steadier and more confident. Your energy rises because eggs restore the nutrients that help your cells make fuel. Your hormones stabilize because egg yolks contain healthy fats your body uses to keep everything running smoothly. You think back to your old breakfast. Tea, toast, maybe a little jam. It filled your stomach, but not your muscles. But now you picture starting your day with something different. A warm boiled egg, or 2, maybe with a few greens on the side. A small meal, but a powerful signal to your body. It's time to rebuild. And this isn't just talk. Studies show that older adults who eat complete proteins, like the ones found in eggs, actually gain strength. They walk better, stand better, and feel more stable. It's never too late for your muscles to respond. They've been waiting. Of course, there are mistakes people make, like overcooking eggs until they turn rubbery, destroying half the nutrients, or pairing eggs with too much bread or sugar, which slows down protein absorption. You don't need to change your whole diet. Just start with one simple step. Aim for 1 or 2 eggs a day, boiled or lightly cooked, paired with whole foods, not heavy carbs. You imagine yourself tomorrow morning cracking an egg into a pan or peeling a boiled one and feeling, maybe for the first time in a long time, that you're doing something for your strength, not against it. Your legs don't need perfection. They just need consistency. And this tiny step can start turning the clock back, quietly rebuilding what time has taken. But here's the twist, and it's an important one. Eggs repair the muscle, but there is another nutrient that activates the strength-building process. Something your body can't rebuild without. Something most adults over 60 are dangerously low in without even knowing it. And once you understand this missing piece, your entire picture of leg strength will change. You've been eating your eggs. You've been fueling your muscles with protein. You feel a small spark of hope when you stand, noticing your legs wobble a little less, a little steadier. But here's the hard truth. You can eat all the protein in the world, and if one crucial nutrient is missing, your body won't activate it. It's like buying a car and filling it with gas, but leaving the engine switch off. That nutrient is vitamin D. You lean back in your chair, surprised. Vitamin D, isn't that just for bones? You mutter. You've heard about it before, from doctors' commercials, maybe even friends. But you didn't realize it could be the difference between legs that feel strong and legs that feel like lead. Because most people assume weakness comes from low muscle only. They think, I just need to lift more, eat more protein, push through it. But the truth is far more subtle and far more dangerous. A silent deficiency can make your legs feel heavy, unstable, or shaky even if you're eating right and exercising gently. Think of vitamin D as the power switch in a room. Protein is the light bulb. But without the switch, the bulb stays dark. You picture it clearly. Your muscles are the bulbs, waiting for energy. Your eggs have provided the bulb, but without vitamin D, it won't shine. Inside your body, the absence of vitamin D has a cascade effect. Calcium absorption slows down. Bones weaken silently, almost invisibly. Muscles repair more slowly, nerves misfire, and balance falters. You've felt it before. The moment you rise from a chair and your knees wobble. The time you step onto stairs and pause, worried your legs might not lift you. That creeping heaviness in your thighs, the subtle instability when walking on uneven ground. It's not just age. It's a silent call for vitamin D. Barbara O'Neill emphasizes the power of natural sources: sunlight, pasture-raised eggs, and gentle outdoor activity. You nod slowly, imagining your mornings differently, opening a window to sunlight, feeling the warmth on your arms, watching the world wake up as your body soaks in those rays. Pausing for 10-15 minutes, letting your muscles register the signal that tells them it's time to activate. Vitamin D strengthens bones, yes, but it does more than that. It improves nerve firing, helping your legs move with confidence. It supports muscle contraction, ensuring the protein you eat actually builds strength. It reduces the risk of falls, the kind that scare you or make you hesitate before taking a simple walk. You think back to moments of hesitation, standing up too quickly, pausing mid-step, gripping the stair rail a little tighter than necessary. With vitamin D, those moments don't have to define you. Your muscles can finally respond fully. Research shows that adults with low vitamin D are twice as likely to experience muscle weakness and falls. It's not just a number, it's a warning sign, and you've been given the chance to flip the switch. The action is simple: on 10-15 minutes of morning sunlight, paired with vitamin D-rich foods like pastures, oily fish, or fortified dairy. Consistency matters more than intensity, but there are mistakes people often make. Some stay indoors all day, thinking diet alone is enough. Others rely on supplements, ignoring the synergy of food, sunlight, and movement. Your body needs the full signal, not just a pill. You imagine yourself tomorrow morning, the sun just rising, casting a golden glow across your kitchen. You peel a boiled egg, feeling the warmth in your fingers. You step outside for a few minutes, letting your body absorb the light. And for the first time in months, maybe years, your legs feel alive, alert, steady, ready. You smile, noticing the subtle difference in your step. There's hope. There's control. There's a path forward. But awareness alone isn't enough, because feeding and activating your muscles is only part of the story. The final piece, the one that locks in your strength, comes from movement. And movement, well, that's what you'll discover next. A simple habit, gentle but powerful, that can take everything you've started and turn it into lasting strength. Can you imagine your first step into that next chapter? The one where your legs stop betraying you and start supporting you fully every single day. You've fed your muscles. You've switched on their strength. And now comes the part that feels almost magical: movement. Here's the beautiful part: you don't need a gym. You don't need expensive equipment, personal trainers, or complicated routines. All you need is your body and a few intentional minutes each day. You sigh softly, thinking of the last time you tried an exercise video. Your knees hurt. Your back ached. You gave up after 5 minutes. You whisper, almost to yourself, "I'm just not built for this anymore." But that's the myth. Many people over 60 think exercise has to be intense, sweaty, or painful to work. They imagine lifting heavy weights or running on treadmills. And when it doesn't feel like that, they assume it's useless. The truth is, gentle, daily movement is far more effective. Your legs aren't asking for extremes. They're asking for consistency. Think of your legs like a car engine. If the engine sits unused, rust starts to form, gaskets stiffen, oil congeals, the engine struggles to start. But if you run it for just a few minutes each day, it hums smoothly. It responds instantly when you need it. It doesn't complain. Inside your body, the same principle applies. Light movements wake up tiny muscle fibers that have been dormant. Blood flows more freely, carrying oxygen and nutrients. Your body senses activity and sends signals. Preserve this muscle. It's needed. Instead of shrinking, your legs begin to strengthen. Barbara O'Neill recommends simple, natural exercises anyone can do at home: sit, to stand, light squats, outdoor walking, gentle stretching. You imagine your morning, your kitchen chair, sturdy under your hands. You rise and sit 10 times. Your thighs burn a little pleasantly, reminding you they're alive. You take a few steps outside, letting sunlight warm your skin, your legs moving with fluidity you haven't felt in months. A stretch at the end, reaching gently toward the ceiling, lets tension slip out of your hips. These movements aren't just about motion. They activate large leg muscles, improve circulation, and even help your body absorb the protein you've been eating. Everything you've done, your eggs, your vitamin D, your sunlight, now works together. You notice changes quickly. Your thighs and calves feel stronger. Your balance improves. You don't grip the counter as tightly while chopping vegetables. Stiffness fades, and your steps feel lighter. You sit and stand with more confidence than you expected, and science backs this up. Studies show that just 8–12 minutes of daily lower body movement can significantly improve leg strength in adults over 60. It doesn't have to be long. It doesn't have to be extreme. Just consistent. So what's your next step? Try 10 sit to stand reps each morning before breakfast. It's simple, quick, and effective. Add a few minutes of walking or light squats if you feel comfortable. But be mindful of common mistakes. Skipping movement on stiff or bad days teaches your body to stay sedentary. Sitting for long periods without breaks weakens the legs faster than age itself. Instead, think of movement as a gift. Small, repeated gifts your legs thank you for every day. Even 5 minutes of conscious activity is better than none. You picture it clearly tomorrow morning, the sun spilling through your window, the chair waiting for you. You rise, you sit, you rise again. And for the first time in weeks, you feel that sense of control, a little power returning to your legs. But here's the exciting part. Movement is only one piece of the puzzle. You've learned how to feed your muscles with protein. You've switched them on with vitamin D, and now you're waking them up with movement. The final step is combining everything into a daily ritual that locks in your strength. A routine so simple, so natural that it becomes part of your life without struggle. Because strength doesn't come from one magic moment. It comes from small, consistent habits, layered one on top of another. And that's what we'll explore next. A complete morning ritual that ties food, sunlight, and movement into one powerful routine, designed for your legs, your balance, and your freedom. You've made it here. You've learned why your legs feel weaker than they should. You've discovered the foods, the nutrients, and the movements that can rebuild them. And now you have everything you need to rebuild your legs. Naturally, safely, and consistently. Think back over the journey. We uncovered the real cause of weak legs. It's not just age, it's what your body hasn't been getting. You learned about protein-rich foods like eggs that provide the building blocks your muscles have been missing. You discovered vitamin D, the switch that activates your strength. And you practiced simple, daily movements that wake up your muscles, improve balance, and restore confidence in every step. Each piece is essential, but together, they create something remarkable. Here's the core truth: your body can rebuild strength at any age, 60, 70, even 85. When you consistently give it the right fuel, the right signals, and gentle movement, it responds. Your legs can become strong again. Your steps can feel confident. Your independence can return. So how do you turn all of this into a simple, powerful daily ritual? Here are 3 practical steps you can start right now. Eat 25-30 grams of protein every morning. Eggs, yogurt, beans. Pick what works for you. The key is giving your muscles the deposits they need to rebuild. Get 10-15 minutes of sunlight, or include vitamin D-rich foods. Let your body activate those muscles. The protein you eat won't shine without this switch. Do 8-12 minutes of leg-focused movement daily. Sit to stand, light squats, walking, stretching. Small, consistent movement signals your body to preserve and strengthen your legs. Think of this as an investment. Every small habit is a deposit of strength. Every step, every meal, every minute in the sun adds up. And the more consistent you are, the faster your muscles respond, like a savings account growing steadily over time. Here's your personal challenge: commit to this routine for just 7 days. Notice how your energy shifts. Pay attention to how your legs feel while walking around the house, climbing stairs, or standing longer than usual. Even small differences in balance and strength are proof that your body is responding. Remember, you have the power to rebuild strength. Your muscles aren't gone. They've been waiting for the right signals, the right fuel, and the right movement. And now you're giving them exactly that. Of course, a note of caution: always check with your doctor or healthcare provider before starting any new diet or exercise routine. This is about safety, not risk. Your health is your foundation, and building strength should always respect it. You take a deep breath, imagining your mornings a week from now. A boiled egg on the plate, sunlight spilling through the window, 10 sit to stand reps. A simple, predictable ritual that slowly, surely restores your legs. And in that vision, you notice something amazing: confidence. Movement feels lighter. Balance feels steadier. Even your steps feel purposeful, deliberate, and free. This is your life, strengthened, stabilized, and revitalized. And now it's time to take action. If this journey resonates with you, take a moment right now. Like this video, subscribe for more guidance, and share it with someone who wants stronger legs, even at 85. Because strength isn't just personal, it's a gift we can give to others. Your legs are waiting. Your body is ready. And the path to strength begins today.